Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between and adjacent, welcome to the Rush Rundown, what I believe is the first and only 10-minute testing ripoff for Rush Duels. Today, I would like to take a look at a deck made from bits and pieces of a very specific type and attribute. That's right, today I would like to introduce to you Earth Machine. That's right, today we are going over Earth Machine. Not exactly a top 3 deck in Rush at the moment, but a fun deck with a lot of variants. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at a Cointech deck, which means we play the skill Cointech Breakthrough. Can be activated during a turn. You toss a coin. If all monsters with 1400 or more attack in your constructed deck are Earth Attribute Machine type monsters, make one face-up Earth Attribute Machine type monster in your field, gain 500 attack until the end of this turn. If that monster was in face-up defense position, change it to face-up attack position and switch its original attack and original defense until the end of this turn. Now, that skill kind of lends itself to kind of reveal what we're really playing here. We are specifically playing the Earth Machine monsters in Rush that flip coins for their effects. First up, we have Steel, Steed, Martin, Vinari. Requirement: none. Toss a coin a number of times equal to the number of face-up monsters in your opponent's field. 1, 2, or 3 heads. This turn, this card can attack twice. 3 heads specifically. This turn, this card also inflicts piercing battle damage. The all 3 heads effect isn't really that relevant, because frequently when you would be doing piercing damage, it is because the opponent is setting monsters and not, having monsters in face-up defense position. They're face down, which means you can't flip a coin, which means you can't get 3 heads if you can't toss 3 coins. It's a little confusing, but that part of the effect does not matter at all. What matters is, of course, that this guy can toss coins for free, which puts our skill online. Our other coin tosser is Cointech Tosseratops. Requirement: this card is in attack position. Effect: toss a coin. Heads. This turn, this card gains 1500 attack, and your opponent cannot activate trap cards when it declares an attack. Tails. Change this card to face-up defense position. This guy is the reason our skills were the way it is. If you flip a coin, he could gain 1500, or he could put himself to defense. With our skill, we can pump this guy's attack and switch him back to attack position. You're basically guaranteeing that no matter what you toss for your coin on Tosseratops, you're gonna just hit. Now you can see I got 2 Tosseratops in the deck. I would recommend 3. I just really couldn't rationalize going into this set again for the 3rd Tosseratops. Complete side, that would require me to do a box reset, and I legitimately have every other card in the set at 3 already, and I am not resetting for an SR. So instead of the 3rd Tosseratops, we are playing one Cointech Rex. This boy, MST unlikes. During the turn, you normal summon this card, shuffle 3 monsters from your graveyard into the deck, destroy 1 card in your opponent's spell and trap zone. So to replace the missing Tosseratops, I'm playing Rex. I would recommend, if you are playing this deck for yourself, go for the 3rd Tosseratops, but if you can't rationalize spending money on that for like a tier 4 deck, I understand, because I didn't do it either. Our other big Earth Machine is Ancient Gear Golem. Thankfully, we can play Ancient Gear Golem. He is quite literally the best legend in the game. Completely format warping this guy. If you somehow don't know what Ancient Gear Golem does, first of all, inflicts piercing battle damage. My man is 3k, huge. And your opponent cannot activate trap cards when it declares an attack. Therefore, they cannot slime to save themselves. They cannot negate the attack. They cannot restoration for life. So many cards that are meta. Gear Golem just completely clears. He's amazing. Next up, we're playing 3 All-Seeing Harvey. This card's a little interesting. During your main phase that you normal or special summon this card, look at 1 face-down card in your opponent's field. If that card is a monster 1500 or more defense, you can also destroy it. Now, interesting part of this effect, you can look at any face-down card on the field. You can use All-Seeing Harvey just to check, hey, is this back row real? No? Okay, pop the other back row. As well, if you're going second and the opponent has set a full field, maybe they tribute summoned All-Seeing Harvey goes, oh, look at that tribute summon monster. It has a pretty high defense stat. And she pops it. She's a bit of a flex spot too, though. Don't think you have to play this exact list if you want to play Earth Machine. I could see you cutting Harvey. I personally really like her, and I think she fits really well. Next up, Rising, Light, Angel, Essel. I've said this in every video. If you can play Essel, you play Essel. Full stop. Not gonna read her effect every video. Ultimate Flag Beast, Boltricorn. I hate this card. No, I'm kidding. I don't think this card is very good, but it is a really good one-up to put in like any deck. He's basically just Ghost Cyclone when you're on like a limit 3, and we are on a limit 3, so whatever, let's play Ghost Cyclone on legs. Now we have 2 Screwmadilla. This guy's a funny little guy. Send 1 machine type monster from your hand to the graveyard. Change 1 level 6 or lower face of attack position monster in your opponent's field to face in the 5th position. Next up, Crafter Drone. Pitch a machine, draw a card. Simple. Easy. And then you just tribute over. Very nice, very easy. Cointech Ace. Hey! We got 1500 vanilla. We're gonna play our 1500 vanilla. Our legend spell is Monster Reincarnation. I am playing Reincarnation because frequently I found myself in situations where I have more tribute fodder than tributes, so I switched out Tribute to the Doomed for Reincarnation, specifically so I can get back a Vinari or Tossceratops that has been outed by the opponent already. And then the staples. 1 Talismanic Seal Array, 3 of our MST of Archetype, Negate Attack, we have no limit 2s, we get to play Negate Attack, Buffered Slime, and finally our last slot, not a staple, but in fact we are playing 1 Thunder Spark. Very interesting thing came up while I was playing the games. Our monsters, 25, 24, these are all in range of either crashing or getting over a Cyber Twin Dragon if it's been hit by Thunderspark. I decided to test out 1 Thunderspark in the deck, and it actually saved me a whole bunch of times. Anyway, enough yapping. Why don't I just show you in action? Alright, so here with our first game, and our opponent is playing Dino. So not exactly a great deck to compare us to. I mean, we're both just as rogue, let's be honest. We had a pretty decent opening hand, just set a monster, set our entire hand, and we opened the Vinari, which is really good. I would much prefer, if going first, to guarantee Vinari for a turn 3 than doing anything else. So, we just set everything. Our opponent goes in, big tribute summon, King Rex. This surprised me a little bit. There aren't fusion. There is no Dino Fusion monster, so I can only imagine there's something like the Dragios fusion, which is also weird because they're not playing Luke, but whatever. It's not really about that. We go ahead and negate attack because, like I said, I want the turn 3 Vinari, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure we keep our tribute material on board. And we had a pretty good opening here, but I do make a pretty big misplay here. I forgot Screwmadillo specifies level 6 or lower, so I attempt to do the Screwmadillo and Harvey combination on the Super King Rex, which does not work, so we just do it anyway, just because I was a little frustrated on that guy. We go ahead, tribute, bring out Vinari. Now, also the problem here is now Vinari can only flip 2 coins instead of 3, but it's fine, we still get Cointech Breakthrough, we still get our 2 attacks. So we go ahead and wipe the opponent's board. Looking pretty good. They go ahead and Ghost Cyclone our Barrage and then Hammer Crush our last card, which I would normally be frustrated about, but as you can see, they are now down to 2 cards in hand, meaning they only can do this. Summon Glaciosaurus, run over our Harvey, pass it to me, and we're just going to have to negotiate our little lethal play here. So go ahead and Crafter Drone, hand didn't look great, but that immediately seals the deal. We just need to put our cards on the board to kill. Go ahead and summon Tossceratops. Effect, we hit the coin toss, of course. Vinari, we hit the coin toss again. Set our hand, just because. Breakthrough, 2900 over the Glaciosaurus, 2900 to the face for game. We had gained many different ways there, but that was just a clean little example of what we can do with the deck. Alright, here we are with our second game, and we are up against Metarion. We have a pretty decent looking hand. We're going second. You always love to see SL in the opener as well as an MST. So our opponent's going to go ahead and set their entire hand, and we're going to get it started. Draw for turn Crafter Drone, that's okay. SL effect. Go ahead and hit the Cointech Rex. Insane summon off SL. But I'm going to find out a very annoying lesson in a couple seconds, because I do a decently sized play to go ahead and try to pop 2 back row. We go ahead and hit Type Charge Beam off our Barrage of Steel. Go ahead and this, and now I'm wondering, why can I not MST with Cointech? Oh, Cointech needs to be normal summon to use his effect. Learn this the hard way. So we just go ahead and wipe what he has of a board, set Thunderspark, and we pass. Now we see they're on Fusion Deal, which is pretty interesting. I prefer the other effect that lets you send Reincarnation from deck to grave for my Metarion build, but this is still pretty good too. He has the Star Restart, and so he has access to a normal and poly. So go ahead and fusion summon Ashura Star. Here we go. Let's let the animation play out here. There we go. I think it's a really clean animation. That's why I wanted to let it play out. Anyway, if we didn't hit that Type Charge Beam on our turn, we were dead right here, by the way. So because they had used the second effect instead of the first effect, we aren't going to take a whole lot of damage. Well, I should say we aren't going to take lethal damage. We are still taking a lot of damage in a second. Because they get to draw 2, they're going to Seal Array, put our attack down, and now, with normal summon, they can wipe our board. There goes that, there goes that. Thankfully, they didn't have a second polymerization, so we are kind of chilling here. Kind of. Very rough hand, very rough hand. So we have to go ahead and MST another card. It is a negate attack. That is an insane hit there. Exactly what you want to see off a blind MST. And all we can do is toss Ceratops, Cointech Breakthrough, Seal Array, put back some of our bigger guys so we can hopefully draw one of them next turn, and get over the Ashura Star. But we are a sitting duck here. Do not like seeing this, especially against a deck as scary as Metarion. They hit Star Restart so they can bring back Sword Dancer, get back Fusion, go ahead and Reincarnation now, Sword Dancer, Reactor, draw 2. Oh my god, they are popping off, they are popping off. And they summon the second Ashura Star. Oh my god, they are just going and going and going and going. And thankfully, though, we very barely live with 1100. So we go Crafter Drone, pop a back row. It is a set fusion. Do not like to see that. Going ahead and tribute summon our next toss Ceratops. Effect. We actually missed, so we have to do Cointech Breakthrough, put him back to attack position. Gets him 3000, set negate attack, and we go in, clear the Ashura Star once again. We are in an insanely dangerous position here. However, our opponent pops our negate attack, but they do not have enough cards in the deck to trigger Reactor, therefore they cannot fuse with him. So we're going to go ahead, tribute summon our Martin Vinari, set our cards, activate our effects, we hit, and we hit 2 heads. No piercing for us. But let's go ahead and say, wait a second, 3900 over 500 is lethal. Thankfully, the rest of the back row were completely blanked out by the effect of our monster, and we were able to clear out the opponent. A very, very, very risky game, but we got it in the end. Alright, Now for our game 3. And you know what that means. A 1v1 versus the meta. Our opponent is on what else but Cyber Dragon. Now I'm pretty confident with my hand opening 2 crafter drones and negate attack. So we just go ahead and just use both crafter drones and we set 2. Now the opponents always go for the middle set. If he has MST, he's only hitting Barrage and not our negate attack. And of course, our opponent opens Cyber Dragon. So they're going to go ahead and twin off their skill. Normal summon, not the twin, the normal summon crafter drone, because they seem to have locked themselves out of finding fusion. So we're just going to go ahead and negate attack because they have nothing there. So we get to retain 2 materials. Crafter drone, draw some more. We draw another binary. So we're going to go ahead, binary effect, boom, hit all 3. Reincarnation, bring back Cointech Ace, because we can normal summon the Ace, normal summon the Essel, normal summon the second binary, go ahead and binary effect. And now, Cointech Breakthrough, both binaries can now do 2 attacks, so let's go ahead and wipe this board. 1700, 800, 1400, and what's that? That's 2400 for game! That is right, we quickly and easily OTK'd the meta Cyber Dragon in an insane game. Just absolutely crazy. Double binary, wiping the opponent straight off the board. So we're back on the deck, and hey, that was pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna say that every duel we did was as clean as those 3 games, especially that 3rd game. Oh my god, was that game 3 insane. But we were actually pretty well positioned, but the deck did actually do pretty good during testing. This specific version with the cards we have here, I believe I've only lost 2 games during testing, and we did around 20 plus games. I was just looking for good games so I can actually feature in the video where I don't make any misplays or not too many crazy misplays, and games also that aren't super long, let's be honest. So I had to play a whole bunch of games. I believe I only dropped like 2 or 3 games that entire time. And of course I was making changes here and there to the deck. This version, I mean, it was the most successful version I had. Firstly, I was so shocked Ancient Gear Golem didn't come up during testing. I swear, I barely even saw the guy. Cyber Dragon players have him glued to their hand. Me, couldn't find him with the search party. Binary. Oh my god, Binary. Being able to double attack like OG Dragias and not have any of the restrictions of the new Dragias forms is crazy. Him just being able to become a 2900 attack twice clearly is way too powerful. Tosseratops with Cointech Breakthrough. Insane combo. Crazy combo. Not many monsters could stand up to a Tosseratops with Cointech Breakthrough after hitting heads. Obviously that's a lot of setup, but being able to swing over nearly anything is very, very good. So that's really what our deck did well. What did it do poorly? Well, first of all, yeah, Cointech Breakthrough is a really good skill for the winning battle, but decks like Cyber Dragon have a skill that lets them win battle and gives them consistency. Decks like Metarion have a skill that lets them win battle, or a skill that lets them search anything, set up their graveyard, all this other good stuff. We lack searching is what I'm trying to say. I like the deck. I think it worked. It's very clean, but don't expect to be beating Cyber Dragon as consistently as I was. This is the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that really cool stuff. This deck was actually recommended to me by someone in the comments. They asked me to make a video on Cointech. So that's why I'm going to say to you, if there is a deck you would like to see me make a video on, please leave it in the comments below. I read every comment. I pretty much like every comment. I pretty much heart every comment. If you want interaction, it's in the comments. Anyway, my second spiel aside, goodbye.